Makikita mo na halang talaga ang bituka ng mga taong gumawa nito. Bigla na lang binaril sa kadahilan ng kumukuha lamang ng video. I give my short manifestation. Do we have any representatives from Department of Justice?
Yes,
Good
we do.
afternoon, good afternoon, Mr. Chair and Your Honors. I am Prosecutor Wesley Yang, Your Honor.
Hi, attorney. Tama po ba?
Yes.
Attorney,
Mr. Chair.
sa pagkaalam niyo po, ano po ba ang status ng case ng pagkamatay ng ating biktima na si Del Britannico?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Ang nangyari kasi walang warrantless arrest na nangyari noon. So, the case went through the regular proceeding of preliminary investigation. The complaint was filed, and after the preliminary investigation, the Department of Justice found probable cause to press charges against two police officers, Police Officer Joven and Police Officer Villanueva. Unfortunately, when the warrant of arrest was issued by the Regional Trial Court of Iloilo, Branch 31, ay hindi sila mahanap. So, on our part, we will coordinate with because this case was filed way back October 2021, and this case was delegated to the OCP Iloilo. So we will coordinate, the DOJ will coordinate with OCP Iloilo for the issuance of alias warrant to exert efforts again to locate the whereabouts of these criminals, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. NBI, do we have any information? NBI, are you part of any investigation related to the killing of the victim, Del Britannico?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, as narrated by Mr. Britannico, our Death Investigation Division handled the investigation of the case. Yes, Mr. Chairman, our Death Investigation Division handled the investigation of the case, and they filed a murder case against the two police officers and two John Does.
Mr. Chair, instead of getting into more details and not to consume most of the time of the Quadcom, I do believe that the right venue is the courts to give justice to my beloved friend, Delphine Britannico. I just appeal and implore if the chair will also give its 2 cents, and I implore the NBI and the Department of Justice to reopen the case and do whatever it takes, do the proper investigation, and to try to find the right people to give justice to the victim of Del.
Yes,
Justice delayed is justice denied, Your Honor. Alam ko po na hindi na natin mababalik ang buhay ng aking kaibigan na si Del Britannico. Ang akin lamang pong layunin sa pagdinig na ito ay para hindi na po sana matularan ang mga ganitong gawain sa pamamagitan ng pag-amyenda ng kasulukuyang mga batas at pagbabalangkas ng mga bago. Gaya po ng aking nasabi nung huling pagdinig, Mr. Chair, kasama po ako ninyo ng ating pamahalaan sa paglaban sa illegal na droga. Kaisa po ako ng gobyerno at ng kapulisan sa mabilis na pagsugpo nito. Kaya naman po, sa kasalukuyan ng ginagawa ng ating mga law enforcement, ay ang pagkundak ng isang test buy at kapag confirm ang target, magsasagawa ng buy-bust operations upang maaresto ang mga kriminal ng mabilis at hindi na kailangan ng warrant of arrest. Dahil sa kasalukuyang panuntunan, kapag ikaw ay caught in the act o yung sa Latin ay in flagrante delicto, ay common legal parlance na gumagawa ng krimen, right there and then pwede na pong hulihin at arestuhin, Mr. Chair. At kapag ikaw ay hindi nakikooperate at nilagay mo sa peligro ang buhay ng kapulisan, maaaring dumepensa ito at ikaw ay mapatay. Kaya lamang, Ang ating iniimbestigahan ngayon ay ang pag-aabuso dito ng ilan. Na kung minsan, kahit walang unlawful aggression na requirement sa self-defense ay napapatay ang isang suspect na dapat arestuhin lamang. Worse, ang biktima na si Del Britannico, na hindi naman target ng operasyon at isang innocent bystander. Wrong place at wrong time, Mr. Chair. Pero yung pagpatay na ganun eh, makikita mo na halang talaga ang bitukan ng mga taong gumawa nito. Bigla na lang binaril sa kadahilan ng kumukuha lamang ng video. Mr. Chair, hindi naman po bago sa atin ang dangerous drugs ng 1972 na inamyendahan ng Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002. At kung mapapansin natin, ginawang krimen ang planting of evidence na minsan ay ginagawa sa mga drug operations. Hindi lamang iyon. Ang gagawa nito ay mapaparusahan ng kamatayan under Section 29 of the said law, which states any person is found guilty of planting any dangerous drugs and or controlled precursor and essential chemical regardless of quantity or purity shall suffer the penalty of death. However, Mr. Chair, ngayon wala naman tayong death penalty sa ating bansa. Ang pinakamataas na parusa ay capital punishment. Itong probisyon ng batas na ito ay naglalayo na protektahan ang mga inosente sa pagsugpo ng droga. Layon ko po na makapagbalangkas tayo makapag-amenda ng batas na hindi na maulit katulad ng pag-aamenda ng batas natin noong 1972. Makagawa tayo po ng ilang batas, amenda o bagong batas na that would prevent and protect the innocent lives in our fight against illegal drugs, Mr. Chair. Again, justice delayed is justice denied. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Nakatingin po ang ating Panginoon. Nakatingin po ang aking kaibigan na si Del Britannico ngayon. I hope justice will be served. And again, I implore NBI and DOJ, please help give justice to my brother and friend, Delphine Britannico. Maraming pong salamat, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you, Congressman Junicio. The next to interpolate is Congressman Lordan Suwan. You have 10 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just have a few clarificatory questions for Mr. Britannico. How would you describe your brother, Del?
Mr. Chair, napakabait po. Halos wala pong kalaban yung kapatid ko.
Wala siyang kalaban?
Wala pong kalaban. Negosyante po siya. Pinili po niyang tumira sa Iloilo kasi tahimik po doon. Siya at saka yung pamilya niya po wanted to establish themselves.
And he would have been 41 if he were still alive?
Mr. Chair, he was born 1983. So he would have been 41.
Ka-age po kami sana. How about Mr. Alain Muller? Is it Muller or Muller?
Alain Muller, Mr. Chair.
Sino po siya?
Mr. Chair, hindi po namin siya kilala before this incident. Wala rin po kaming kilalang personal na Muller before this incident. But based on the reports, he was a target, an EJK target. And I think kapatid po niya na isa pa ay napatay rin po the year before because of an EJK operation.
So, medyo sangkot sila sa drugs, allegedly.
Yun po yung napabalita.
And he was killed in broad daylight.
He was killed in broad daylight based on the video po about 12:06 p.m. Of January 19, about noon time on a Sunday, Mr. Chair.
And you also mentioned in your affidavit that he was a level 1 target with 50,000 reward for his killing.
Yes, Mr. Chair, this was based on the confession of Police Corporal Joseph Andrew Joven that was given several times.
Where did he confess?
Mr. Chair, he did make that confession to the DID, NBI DID, when he was taking in after he surrendered. And he also did at least 2 video confessions to our family, Mr. Chair, on 2 separate occasions.
He confessed to your family?
Yes, Mr. Chair, on at least on 2 separate occasions.
And you have videos of his confession?
We have videos at least more than an hour and a half on both instances, Mr. Chair.
Mm. And those video confessions were the basis of this affidavit that you executed?
That is correct, Mr. Chair.
Were you able to talk with the family of Mr. Mueller?
Yes, Mr. Chair. In fact, after the incident po, ang father ko po also represented the wife of Elaine Mueller in a case that was filed against po the suspect.
So your father helped them file the case against the suspects.
Opo, Mr. Chair. And the brother po, kanina lang po, ka-message ko rin po yung brother na isa ng isa pong victim na si Elaine Mueller. Yung brother po niya si Kurt Mueller.
What happened to the case?
That case, Mr. Chair, was dismissed by the DOJ on preliminary investigation.
So even during the preliminary investigation, it was already dismissed. So there's no case at all right now.
At the moment, Mr. Chair, I think that is what the status is.
Was there any follow-up investigations on the murder of Mr. Mueller?
None that we are aware of, Mr. Chair.
How about, were there cases filed regarding the murder of your brother?
Yes, Mr. Chair, as was mentioned by the NBI, there is one case po that was filed with the DOJ and then was brought to the RTC and 2 arrest warrants po were issued on that. So that is active po.
So the case is still active.
Yes po. And then the family po after, that was before Joven surrendered po. And when Joven surrendered po and after po the video confession, the family po filed cases relative to that video confession. But these cases were dismissed by the DOJ.
So your family filed additional murder cases against the same people?
Yes, different. The NBI case, Mr. Chair, had Joven as charged. Also a certain Jerry Villanueva, also a police officer, and 2 John Does, Mr. Chair. The family case, using the basis of the Joven confession, had Joven and 4 other personalities, Mr. Chair.
Who are these 4 other personalities?
Mr. Chair, as mentioned earlier, these were Ricardo Morante, Vernilio Escorial, Michael Dimihilo de Felipe, and Freddy Libuon. Identified as gunmen by Joven were Ricardo Morante and Vernilio Escorial. By the way, also, Mr. Chair, we also included the Iloilo City Police Director at the time, Martin Defensor, when we filed the cases because of what was shared by Police Corporal Andrew Joven.
But did I hear it correctly that this case was dismissed
Yes, Mr. Chair, by the DOJ.
by the DOJ? What was the reason for the dismissal?
Mr. Chair, according to them, insufficient evidence to indict the officers, and then confession is inadmissible as evidence even against Joven himself. That was their basis, at least from their conclusion of that.
Okay. I just have a few more questions because I'm curious about how were you able to say that the adventure was parked near that gate?
Yes, Mr. Chair. We recovered video footages